Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Mexc Global, really large exchange here. It's got loads of coins and loads of pairs as well. This is a really big exchange. This is a really cool exchange. A lot of volume on this exchange. 1.5 billion in the last 24 hours in traded volume. Okay, so it's a really large exchange. They're running a lovely little competition for the CoinsKid community right here. Okay, so all you got to do is deposit and trade, and you could be eligible to win $4,100 right there. Okay, so I'll drop the links in the video description for you. But enough chatting about the competition. Again, if you want to join it, just click the link, join up, deposit, trade, job done, you'll qualify. Okay, and I think the event ends in 31 days. So right now, let's jump into the Bitcoin chart. So looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame here, before I begin, it's a macro outlook again. I will try and do more sort of trade setups with you and zoomed in looks. I might even start zooming on 15-minute for you, okay, and giving you more sort of trade setups. But I do like to look at the macro view, okay, because my projections to the downside or upside or whatever, and my reasoning behind that, but I did do a video last night, an update on how to use BitGex. So again, a lot of people saying, how do we do this, how do we do that? So I did a tutorial video on there, and we've sort of hopefully capitalized on a really good little long opportunity right now. Okay, so that's currently doing okay, right at the foot there, wasn't it? We traced to the 1 fib, and like I said to you, it was a 1% loss for a potential 30% gain right there. So, and at the minute that's doing okay, and these are the sort of opportunities that I try and teach you in the channel. Aside from the macro outlook, a lot of people do say that I've changed people's lives. I've taught them to read charts and things like that. But, I've not got a crystal ball. It's all about support and resistance. So, anyway, enough spiel. Please watch that tutorial video, and take a look at it and see what you think. And, see if you can learn anything off that yourself. So, that particular tutorial video works on any time frame. Okay, 5 minute, 1 minute, 15 minutes. It's all about invalidation points that you can find where you use your stop losses, okay, to minimize your risk, basically. So, right now, aside from that, what we're looking at here for Bitcoin on the weekly time frame is a couple of scenarios really. I think that what you've got is not necessarily a bear market. Okay, I think that a lot of people say you're an idiot, laugh at me and point fingers and take the mick, but I think what you're in is a correction. I still think you're in this massive sort of heinous, horrible correction of a potential final fifth impulsive move here for Bitcoin, which is loading basically, and is it loading at this point? Possibly, or have we got one last leg left? Well, for this particular setup and this count to be valid, we have to hold this one last leg left, if there is one last leg. Now, is there a reason why there could be one last leg as well? Well, yeah, I'm going to show you everything I see. This is what I do on the channel. So right now, what I'm looking at is that this was the actual top here, not this top that we put in November, because what Bitcoin did here, this is the top in April 2021. And a lot of confluence of the fact that that is the actual top of the wave 3 is the fact that altcoins came in at that point. The vast majority of altcoins came in at that point and have put an ABC zigzag correction that's potentially completed. If not, I only see one last leg left, okay, for the potential scenario to play out. So like I said to you, I think that what's happened here, Bitcoin came down, and at this point, remember, please refer back to the videos. I was telling you, you're getting massive bearish divergences, you're losing the EMAs, you've got to come in for a test because you've got a massive gap in the EMAs right there. You're overextended, too much greed. Like I said to you, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. Everyone was looking for continuation and going supersonic and parabolic at that point, but I was telling you, this is potentially a way for you ending, and you're coming in for a wave 4 correction. Okay, at this point I thought, honestly, hold my hands up, I thought your wave 4 were in and you're breaking out. Okay, but at this point you've put in an irregular high on low volume and bearish divergence. So I'm more biased towards the fact right now that what this is the top of a wave 3. Okay, and this is still your wave 4 correction. It's an irregular correction that's nearing completion. If not, I do think you've got potentially one last leg left, and then you've got your breakout, which is your wave 5. Okay, and I've been looking at this for a very long time. Potentially what you've got here is a 1, an ABC zigzag wave 2, and then a big massive wave 3, a huge impulsive wave right there. You've got this big wave 4 correction, which is from there to there, sorry. That's your big wave 4 irregular correction right now that's potentially done. If not, you're going to drop one more time and come down to retest these lows down here, which is this all-time high, this local high, sorry, in June 2019, which I remember really well, that huge impulsive move off this low. Then the ABC zigzag correction, which was a sharp correction. Now usually if the wave 2 is sharp, a wave 4 is flat or irregular, or if the wave 2 is flat or irregular, your wave 4 is sharp. Okay, so there's a lot of confidence stacking up that that's a wave 2 correction, and this is some kind of irregular wave 4 correction right now that's potentially completed. If not, I see one more last leg, okay, invalidating all these lows down here, okay, invalidating all these data lows that are the same as these lows and the previous bear market lows down there. And you could say, okay, well, this is a bear market, but I don't necessarily think it is. That wasn't a bear market, wasn't it? That was opportunity, and that was quickly followed by a huge impulsive wave. And I think that once this correction's over, and again, this could be the reason why we're not seeing a huge impulsive break here off this low, is because this correction is not necessarily over yet. It could be looking for one last leg. This is what I'm trying to say to you. So within the C leg here, let me show you, within an ABC correction, you do usually see 5 waves down, 3 waves up, and then 5 waves down. Okay, so you could say, okay, well, what we've got here is some kind of 1, some kind of 2, some kind of large 3. Look at that large 3. Then you put in this wave 4 correction, wherever it comes up to, potentially this red line by the end of October. Okay, we have a lovely little impulse break here. Everyone gets really bullish again, but all it is an ABC zigzag correction coming back up to this red line, and then we dump again down here towards the end of the year. Okay, potentially retesting this wave 1 high, and that would say that the correction's in. That's your C leg done of an irregular ABC correction, not necessarily a traditional bear market in a sense, because from here, if we was in a traditional bear market, you would be looking at a minimal 85% drawdown, which would see you lose these wave 1 high and come all the way down to around about $9,000 to $10,000 right there. Okay, so obviously anything can happen. For this to be validated, we have to hold this high. This is what I'm trying to say to you, and I've always said that to you. Okay, you have to hold the wave 1 high for this particular count to be valid. But at this point, if we do start to come up and we break out, we could be looking at the blow off top of this cycle, okay, of this sort of mania phase of the bull run, which we never really got by the end of next year. Okay, and at that point, it would give confidence to the fact that I think that what we've got here is extended cycles from peak to peak. So we've got from there 2011 into 2013, a 2-year peak-to-peak cycle. Then we've got a 4-year peak-to-peak cycle, and right now we're in this 6-year peak-to-peak cycle. And within this, we've got this beautiful market symmetry of an impulsive wave 1, corrective wave 2, an impulsive wave 3, corrective wave 4, and right now we've got this final sort of 5th wave, this blow off top mania phase of a bull run. Now it doesn't have to be a blow off top, it can just be a flat wave like that. It could even be truncated like that. Okay, but we are looking at impulsive break once this correction's done. Okay, and I don't think at this point you're going to go on beyond that, and you've got this sort of cycle that you're going to do something like that. I think that what you've got after this point, after this wave 5's done, I think you're in this bear market. Okay, and potentially it could crab and go sideways, where you put in a new all-time high potentially 8 years down the line because of the extended cycles being confirmed. So it's a possible scenario. There's absolutely no guarantees to this, but this is a scenario that I've been looking at for a very long time. So why would this not be the bottom right now? Well, obviously, if we're coming down this 1, this 2, this big 3, this 4, this 5, your C leg has 5 waves. Just there, we've got the A leg that's got 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from here, we've got an ABC correction, A, B, C, up to the highs, which was an irregular high, in my opinion. And right now, we're coming down in this potential 5 waves. Now, there is a possibility that these 5 waves are already done at this low. Okay, so this is a possibility that I'm showing you, that if we do come up and we run into this red trend line by sort of the end of October here, and everyone gets really, really bullish, that we are sort of coming back up and we're breaking this impulsive high, and we are in this big, massive bull market again from this low, then if this does roll and we take out that low, okay, and invalidate all the low data, then this would have to hold this low. Okay, and that could actually be the sweet spot, and that could be the retracement to this high that would come in, and that would be a back test of the wave 1 high before you break out on the wave 5, basically, for Bitcoin. So this is a possibility. I've been looking at a scenario for a very, very long time now. Okay, now there's also a little bit of confluence here that this could be playing out, because if we drop a horizontal line in on this high, okay, you see this all-time high, let me move that across, that all-time high in 2017, if I drop a horizontal line in just there for you, okay, so that's that all-time high, which is the blow off top mania phase of a 2017 bull run right there. Okay, the huge bull run. You can see that when we ran into this resistance in 2020, when we broke it, we never back tested its support. And I remember at the time here, I said to you, when you're coming down, if you lose this low, I could see how you could come down to this previous all-time high and back test it as support, because you've melted through it on the weekly time frame. You've not back tested and fallen to it as support. And pretty much that's where you've retraced to at the moment, is this high, this previous all-time high, and that's what you've back tested as support. So right now you're calling up on that. So if you start to lose that, your next key level support is this previous all-time high. That you can see that once you came up into this and retraced to the low, okay, which is an ABC retracement to this low, when you came up and broke it, you didn't back test it just there. So there's a little bit of confluence stacking up right now that could be looking for a retest. You've already got one confirmation retest of that high, you're holding it. So right now, if this does come up and you do see another roll for Bitcoin, I think that is that's your low. Basically, you're looking for a retest, and that will confirm that you've got this C leg, this 1 2 3 4 5. You're looking for that retest of that high, and that will confirm that you've got this final fifth wave here for me for Bitcoin. Okay, and you're looking at a blow off top, or the mania phase of a bull run, and this extended cycle from peak to peak here for Bitcoin, and not necessarily this huge 85% drawdown bear market that a lot of people are calling for. Okay, so that's just a little bit of a thought experiment. Sorry if I bored you, but I'm just trying to give a detailed analysis as to why I think this particular scenario could be playing out right now. Okay, so I'm not saying it's 100% going to drop again, but we have got a lot of signals down here. I'm showing you everything I find, everything I see. If Bitcoin right now comes up and we get rejected off this red trend line, it could be a really, really good short opportunity going forward. Okay, because we could be in for one last leg down here for Bitcoin towards the end of the year right there, and people would think we're going to start to keep falling through that, but at that point you could see a kind of sharp impulsive wave start to form at that point, okay, for Bitcoin. So you understand that update. Okay, take care everyone, thank you for support, and thank you for liking the videos, and thank you for subscription as well. Take care, bye bye.